Welcome to Inside Electrical, the podcast powered by the IBA. This is where members and suppliers come together to share ideas, insights and experiences from across the electrical industry. In each episode, we'll go behind the scenes of our sector, exploring the innovations, challenges and opportunities that keep it moving forward. Let's get started.
Okay, so I'm Frank Taylor from Blackwater Electrical Supplies.
And I'm Mark Ashworth from ABM Electrical in Stockport.
Richard Brown from Electrorad.
Brilliant. And what have you got here today, Richard?
We're looking today at the Accorto aluminium radiator by Electrorad, which is a ceramic core radiator, as I mentioned, constructed in aluminium. So no fluids, solid state, dry core.
So what's some of the reasons you've gone for that? I mean, obviously in the marketplace there's a lot of kind of fluid-based solutions. Why the ceramic?
Yeah, there is. We moved away from oil some time ago now. There's two good reasons. Probably the best reason is that with a ceramic core, you can guarantee that you'll never have any leaks. It may be a very small percentage, the leak on the oil ones, but nevertheless, there are some. So with ceramic, you can get rid of that headache altogether and make sure you're not damaging customers' floors and that sort of thing. The other reason is the body size. So with an oil-filled radiator, you need a larger body to distribute the heat, whereas with the ceramic, you can keep it more compact. So you take up less wall space, which in the smaller properties is a big plus.
Mm. And does it heat up quicker than an oil-based radiator?
No, not necessarily. There probably won't be much in it. But actually oil may be a little bit quicker than the ceramic. But by the same token, the ceramic may hold the heat a little longer than the oil.
That was going to be my follow-up. Yeah, what's the retention like on it? So from an energy point of view, I suppose, does it retain it better? Is it more cost-effective long-term, if you know what I mean?
No, actually. The heat retention doesn't make any difference to the energy you use in the end. So, as with all electric heaters, if you put 1 kilowatt of power into it, you'll get 1 kilowatt of heat out. So whether it heats up slowly, cools slowly, heats up fast, cools fast, in the end, you get the same heat out of it for the same amount of money. And once you maintain in a room temperature, that all depends on what the heat loss of the particular room is. But all electric radiators will use the same energy to do the same job.
Okay. Can I ask about the user interface, like from a point of view of the client, like how easy is it to use? What's the setup of them?
Yeah, so we have the control on the top of this one. We've done it that way for aesthetics for one reason. It doesn't affect the front of the radiator, how it looks. But in terms of use, you can stand comfortably over the radiator and use the controls rather than kind of kneeling in front of it to operate it that way.
Apologies, sorry.
Sorry. We do as well have some quite unique features on the control of this product. The most important of which is a microwave occupancy sensor built in. So it knows if somebody's in the room or not. And what it will do is if it senses occupancy, it will go to your preset comfort temperature. You can then set it to look for occupancy over different periods of time. So every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, every 45 or every hour. And if there isn't occupancy, it will gradually start setting the temperature back.
Okay.
So if you set it for half an hour, for example, every half an hour it will look. If there's not anybody there, it will reduce 1 degree. So it's a good energy saving feature, and particularly for environments like student housing or hotels, for example.
Yeah. So otherwise, there's probably a huge waste, isn't there, if there's no one in the room, but yet all the heating's turned on?
Yeah, it's a major problem in hotels and in student accommodation. That with students, for example, they'll go home for the weekend and leave the heaters on the whole time. With hotels, people will go out for the day and leave the heating on full. And during periods of no occupancy in hotels, they're reliant maybe on the cleaners looking to see if the heaters have been left on, but often they are. So with the occupancy sensing, you can make sure that that's never a problem. You'll never waste energy in that way. And the controls can be locked remotely as well, because it talks directly by Wi-Fi to the so that you have app control, and from the app you can lock it remotely, and it can't be then unlocked. So again, in public spaces, hotels, etc., it means the
kind of tamper-proof. Yeah,
yeah, it's tamper-proof. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Do you see, obviously, within wholesale game, we still see a lot of purchase of kind of panel heater type products for kind of rental accommodation and so on. Do you see the trend is moving more towards electric radiators now? Have you seen that in the market, or is it still where it was?
No, it depends on the type of building. So the new build blocks of flats and apartments, we still see the panel heaters being the biggest seller for sure, because it's always based on price point. If they're slightly higher spec, then they may go for the radiators for a better look than the panel heaters might give. But it's often done to a price point. But where there's individuals involved rather than kind of developers, then they'll probably go for the nicer. So
the private choice would be the electric radiator over the panel.
Yeah, we do still get large projects using this product. And again, we're getting a lot of success in the hotel and student accommodation market because of the controls that we have on there. But yeah, by far the biggest seller in the developers market is the panel heater still.
Which obviously you sell as well. Obviously.
Which we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ceramic heaters are they becoming more popular as time goes on, would you say?
Yeah, I think a lot of the manufacturers are moving more towards the ceramic rather than the oil for the reasons that I gave earlier. And there's no differential between efficiency or energy use, but that use of less wall space and the guarantee of no leaks is a big benefit.
When you talk about guarantees, what's the kind of warranty on the products?
So we give 5 years overall on this product, and 2 years on the thermostat electronics.
Right. And can the end panels be replaced in the future, or
they could be? Yeah. It's a separate module, so it could be exchanged if necessary. But they are very reliable anyway.
Excellent.
Yeah. And last question: how are you enjoying the show today?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, a lot of suppliers here. It's very busy, so enjoyed having a walk around.
Yeah, it's been a big shift from previous, hasn't it? Yeah, getting everybody under one roof. I've really enjoyed it as well. It's been excellent.
Yeah,
it's been really good.
Definitely a real sort of buzz and a good atmosphere.
Without doubt. Yeah. So
good to see.
Yeah, no, excellent. Brilliant.
Right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Richard. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.